Hello, and thank you for your interest in Rebo Gateway, brought to you by Benutech. Rebo Gateway is a data product, and it's going to bring you data as a real estate agent to be able to solve the problems that have been, plaguing us for years and years as a real estate industry. Most real estate agents market from door to door, from house to house. There's no way to tell by looking at the house or looking at the door who the next probable sellers are on a street. So based upon that, we end up marketing to all properties in a geographical area, as opposed to the right properties within a geographical area. So what that really ends up being is guessing. We're guessing at who the next sellers are, so we end up marketing to everybody. The problem with that marketing strategy is that if you take a geographical area, only 2% to 3% of homes sell within those geographical areas in a 12-month period of time. Simple math, if you look to the bottom of the screen, 2% sales rate on a 500 home farm, it's 10 sales. Even on the 10 sales, as a real estate agent, you're not going to get all 10. You're probably going to get half of them, maybe 6 of them, who do a really good job marketing at those property addresses. And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to provide an advantage to realtors to help them find the needles in the haystacks. According to the National Association of Realtors and their home buyer seller report, 13% of people that go for sale by owner will end up completing the process. The other 87% are going to hire a real estate agent like yourself to complete the process, or they're going to postpone it. They'd like to sell, they just don't sell right now because they couldn't get the price that they wanted for their home. In today's marketing day and time, people are not putting signs in their front yard all the time. They're posting their for sale by owner information on the internet. It's hard to find. It's one of the things that we end up doing. A divorce attorney service said 72% of people that file for divorce are either buying a home, selling a home, or doing both. Again, they're not posting on Facebook or Twitter. So how do you find out about those types of things when you know they're going to sell property? Again, that's the type of thing that Rebo Gateway does for agents. So life events is what makes us different. We can, point you out in the direction of where divorces are happening at property addresses, affidavits of death, estate sales for sale by owners. It's unique information. It's not included in any other application or data application that you're going to find out there in the nation today. It helps you be smarter about where to market to. It makes you more successful as an agent because now you're able to target pinpoint addresses as opposed to everybody in the community, because everybody's not selling. So some statistics for you. Traditional farming, we talked about it already. 2% to 3% is the turnover rate each 12-month period of time. We wanted to compare apples to that, so we looked at divorcing couples that filed, and over the first 12 months from the filing, we compared how many of those people sold property in the first 12 months. And you can see that number on your screen at 22%. So think of this as a real estate agent. If I could find 5 divorces, I got a 1 in 5 chance of taking a listing at a divorce door. I have a 1 in 50 chance taking a listing at the neighbor's door who has not filed for divorce. So it ends up being a no-brainer at which properties to be able to go out and market to. Probate's 1 in 5. For sale by owners, 1 in 4. Mortgage defaults, by far the best lead category in terms of turnover rate, 1 in 2 are going to end up selling. So these are the types of things we can do with Rebo Gateway. We can point you in the direction rather than marketing to everybody in Costa Mesa, California, or everybody in Aventura, Florida. You can now figure out within those communities where are these types of events occurring at property so that you can then get the addresses and all of the pertinent information to those homes so you can end up marketing more smartly to those addresses. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So we never found this street. Based on not seeing this street, and I know it doesn't exist out there in the US, we ended up creating this as a tool for you as a real estate agent. Lead types do vary area by area, so we would do live demos and we'll provide you with a kind of a screen share and we'll show you exactly what's happening at the property addresses in your community. But these are the different types of lead types that we do. It's a very simple system to use. Tell us the area that you want us to search, which could be a county, a city, or a zip code, or over multiple cities and zip codes. Tell us the lead type and a date range. Click that green search button and we will bring back the records. We're going to plot them on the map so you can see where the properties are located at, and then we're going to give you a bunch of information behind it as well, which we will go into. Okay, simple system. I want to show you some examples so you can actually see, where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. So here's an example. We're going to go through these quickly because I don't want to have this video go on too long for you. But as you can see, here's a divorce. It occurred in Las Vegas. Couple filed in December, and then if you look down below, within 30 days, 45 days in this case, listed their property for sale, and you can see that there on Realtor.com. Here's an estate sale in Miami, Florida. Estate sale started in March of 2015, and within 30 days, property was listed for sale by an agent. For sale by owner, this one's in Oceanside, California. For sale by owner, the couple that are the owner here went December of 2015. Within 2 months, they must have gotten frustrated by that process or whatever they were going through trying to for sale it on their own, and they run into listing their property with a real estate agent in December of that year. Bankruptcy and a mortgage default. We do both of these lead types. The person went into mortgage default with the sale date of November the 3rd. November the 2nd went in and filed bankruptcy. It may postpone the process, but again, as you guys know as real estate agents, most of the time these are going to end up in sales also. So all that we're doing is being able to show you and put you at these addresses as these events happen so that you can be the first to market to them and hopefully acquire these listings. Affidavit of death, 2 people on title, 1 passed away in October, listed the property 3 months later. Another one, eviction here. So property was owned, going through an eviction process with a tenant, probably not being paid. Who knows what was happening at that address with that tenant, but they're getting rid of the tenant. As soon as that occurred, then you'll look down below in March, which was 3 months after, property's listed for sale. Another one, mortgage default. On this one here, November 2015, mortgage default. Bankruptcy again, 12/1, right? The day it was going to sale, again, postponing it. That's in Texas. And the last one, I think, in this slide, and this is an interesting one too, estate sales. They'll tell you right there, everything must go. You can see that in January, they're selling everything. And then you look a little bit later, or excuse me, earlier in the process, there was a mortgage default. Later on, the property ends up transferring. So again, we're going to put you at these addresses with this information that we provide prior to the home listing most of the time, right? It allows you that marketing opportunity, the get to know period, so that when they do choose to sell, you're in the right place at the right time. There's a lot of valuable features within Rebo Gateway. You can export the records, you can export it to CSV or PDF, you can turn the addresses into an Avery label set. I mean, however you want to get the information out of the systems available to you. And then within each of the rows that you can see down below, if you wanted more information on 512 West Side Court in Pasadena, you would click on that green row and we will bring you a lot of information in terms of sales comparables to assessor information, all of the loans attached to the property and transfers to the property we have included in the software system as well. Okay? So 2 tools within the system. Really understand this. I want you to understand it because this is how you're going to use the system if you choose to subscribe. Tool number 1, it's a database of targets that have reasons to sell. Don't market to everybody in Aventura, Florida. Way too many people to market to for most agents. Let's figure out where the divorces are at in Aventura, the mortgage defaults, property tax defaults, whatever is available in that area. Let's save them to a list. Let's market to those folks because they have reasons to sell. Don't watch them, market to them right now because they have reasons to sell. That's the first tool. The second tool that we have in the system, we have not discussed as of yet. This is a unique tool and probably the most popular tool in the system. This is the ability to watch property addresses within the areas that you want to market to. So this would be, let's watch the homes closest to where you live or closest to where you work. Now, anything that happens at those property addresses in the future, we're going to send you an email that lets you know and be the first to know that those new life events have occurred at property. You can see some questions on that screen, and I would ask any agent these questions. I know the answers already 99.9% of the time. Do you have a farm or referral base you get your listings from? All of you do, which is good. How do you know when somebody in your farm files for divorce? How do you know if they go into mortgage default? How do you know if they go for sale by owner or a past customer goes for sale by owner? The answers are you don't. I didn't either as a real estate agent. Based upon that, would you like to know? And that answer is always yes. So we're not going to email you about what happened 6 months ago. We're going to email you about what happened 6 months from now or 6 days from now at a property address, so you're the first to know. This is what an email notification looks like. We'll send it to you, 8 groups of 1,000 properties that we'll watch. So you tell us the area, you upload into your system what you want to watch or identify it within our system, and we will send you email notifications on what happens at those property addresses. You don't have to take my word for it or our word for it. We've acquired a lot of awards over the past few years, and they're starting to pick up the speed with the frequency that we're getting them. Housing Wire, though, 4 years in a row. Inman News, the T3 experts put us in their T3 Tech Guide. Every one of the articles on us say the same thing. We're doing something different than any other data provider in the US. Based upon it, it's valuable, it's useful, but this is important in the summary that we're going to look at now. Data only works if you use the information. It's like gym membership. You have to do something. You have to go to the gym. It doesn't matter how much you pay for the gym membership. You actually have to go to the gym for it to work. And just like data, we'll give you all the addresses. We'll point them out to you in whatever community is that you're in. You'll be able to see the addresses that have reasons to sell, but you have to market to those addresses. Those repetitive actions is what makes our system and your system work together. Okay? So what we can do is we can tell you what's happening behind the door before you go there. So you never have to knock blindly on a door again. You'll know what's happening at that door to give you confidence. It's going to increase your success rate at those doors. We would like you to contact us so that you can get a live demo for how Rebo Gateway works in your market area. So we will do a screen share and we will show you right in whatever city it is that you live in what's available for our lead types and how the system can work for you and your business, since all of your businesses are different. So those are the ways to get in hold of us to be able to get that free live demo in your area. Okay? We'd like to thank you again for your interest in Rebo Gateway as a product and Benutech as a company. Good luck.